Well, a very good morning to you. I'm Daniel Dalp, and this is For Your Sunday Morning Drive, the short podcast designed to help put you in a Colossians 3:2 mindset and help prepare your mind for worship on those hectic Sunday mornings. I hope you're having a great day so far, and I appreciate you for making us a part of your weekly routine. We are brought to you in partnership with the Ministry League network of podcasts. Through Ministry League, you can find many great podcasts to help you grow spiritually and encourage you on your walk with Jesus. And as always, you can check out our show notes for today's episode to find a link to their YouTube channel, their website, and you can always search for their app. I will also be posting a link to the article that inspired today's episode in the show notes, so if you're interested, go check that out as well. I think that about wraps things up. Let's get this show on the road. This is episode 35, Flying by Faith. Let's go to church.
Are we there yet?
As winter approaches, you have undoubtedly noticed some activity in the sky. The birds have begun their migrations. Have you ever wondered how they know where to go or how to get there? Well, according to scientists, some migratory birds use environmental changes, such as the length of the day or the temperature. Some use celestial cues, such as the sun and the moon and the stars. And amazingly, according to an article that I recently read, some may be able to actually see the invisible magnetic field surrounding the Earth and use that to navigate. This is due to a special protein in their eyes called cryptochromes, and it allows some birds, like the European robin, to have a superpower called magnetoreception, and it helps them to visualize the magnetic field lines by having a darker field of view in those areas. And on top of that, many migratory birds even have a mineral called magnetite in their beaks, which helps them to detect those invisible magnetic fields and navigate accordingly. Isn't God's creation amazing? Well, this got me to thinking about how sometimes we rely on the purely visible areas of life to help us navigate through it. We tend to fix our eyes on those things that are always in flux, that are temporary. And as such, we tend to fear temporary consequences more than the eternal. Paul, after all, encourages us to walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, 6 through 8. Therefore, being always of good courage, and knowing that while we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord, for we walk by faith, not by sight. We are of good courage, I say, and prefer rather to be absent from the body and to be at home with the Lord. What if we were to make decisions based on our eternal destination instead of the pressures of a temporal life? For instance, if instead of worrying about how a decision might impact our careers or our income or our social standing, we instead focus on if the life we are living is pleasing to God. Is the career that I am choosing drawing me and my family closer to Him? Or am I just seeking after those things that in the end they don't really matter because we can't take any of it with us? Do we take a look at if the everyday decisions that I make are rooted in faith and helping navigate me to heaven? You see, faith isn't a blind leap, but at the same time, we might not be able to see what's in store for us or how God is working in our lives in real time. And just like those birds, maybe we need to root ourselves deeper in faith so that we might have a glimpse behind the curtain, so that we might be able to see what God would have us to do. Because if we come to Him and we come to Scripture, maybe we're able to see those invisible areas, those things that normally we would question, a little bit clearer. Trust in Him, walk according to His ways. Because as the song says, we, like the birds, some glad morning, when this life is o'er, will fly away. And I pray that faith helps guide us to our destination. Well, those are my thoughts for your Sunday morning drive. Now it's time to hear yours. Our discussion questions for this week are, why do we so often walk by sight instead of by faith? What are some barriers that prevent us from doing so? And how can we work on removing them?